Hello, guys.
Hello.
Oh, this is another wonderful segment for us to talk about something very dear to our heart. We get a lot of singles asking me, how do I recognize my spouse? How do I recognize my spouse from all these people around me? So, from time to time, we'd like to just touch on this very important topic like this, talking about finding your spouse. Finding your spouse. So, today, we want to talk about you can't talk about finding your spouse without understanding who you are.
Very true.
It is when you know who you are that you know who will be relevant to go with you on the journey. So the first thing is know your purpose, know your vision, understand your mission. That's when you now know who will be relevant to you to follow you on this assignment.
True.
As a woman, you need to know what God has called you to do. So you know the kind of man that will help you realize that. As a man, you need to find out what God has called you to do. Then you know the kind of woman that will help you to fulfill that. Because she also has her own vision. You have your own vision. So, but you working together, you cannot know. So the first thing comes with you must identify who you are. Then you know who you need on the journey.
Sure.
If you are an HR consultant, you probably know that you can't. If you are creating a role for a position to be filled in your organization, that role needs to be defined. That's when you now know who you need to recruit to fill that role. So the first thing to identify the purpose of that role, so you know whose competencies do you need on that journey. So I like to ask my wife at this place, what were you looking out for when you wanted to get married?
Well, amongst many things, I wanted someone in whose presence I could be myself.
Yeah.
I wanted to marry my friend. I wanted someone who would connect. I could connect with intellectually. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you wanted someone if you connect intellectually. Yeah, that's also important to me.
I mean, the list is long.
Yeah,
Just cutting it short.
I know it's a long list, but for me, another thing that you said that struck me was more like you wanted someone who your friend. I wanted someone who was present that could be myself. I don't need to form. I don't need to act up. I don't need to form levels or try to put under pressure to try to impress. You know how you guys want to act up to impress a lady. It can be very, very, very tense. So I said to myself, you know what? I just want someone that I can open my heart in who's present. I can be myself. I don't have to form. I don't have to act up. So, and as it happened on that day, you know, it's we became so close as close friends that I was so free that I could even tell her, oh, I'm interested in this lady. I'm interested in that lady. This is what the lady said.
Yeah.
You know, to some level that I even introduced, I even went to some of my friends. I said, if you need to marry a good wife, there is this lady I'm going to recommend you to. Nearly, I will have missed my opportunity.
Lost me there.
And then, interestingly, so when I noticed that, and then one day I just came to myself. I just said to myself, this woman I'm this free with, does she have the qualities I want in a wife? That's when my eyes kind of popped up, and I just took a back seat. I started looking.
Hallelujah.
Then I had to go and pray. I said, God, is there a connection between my destiny and this woman's destiny? And He gave me the go ahead, and that's when I started moving. I had enough peace. I think about getting married to her. I look forward to it. My heart but it wasn't skipping. So for me, I just went, but nearly I missed it. So for those of you who may be thinking that your wife may be far away, the person may be around
Blessing is around you.
Your eyes needs to open. So your recognition.
Yeah.
Recognizing your spouse. So after that, you need to talk about having a clear list. Know what you want in a spouse. Because if you're talking about recognition is recognition. Cognition means you're thinking your thought.
Yeah.
Now, for you to be able to recognize, that means you have seen it somewhere before. Say I recognize someone in the crowd. You've seen a person. So you have to have a list of what you want. So when you see it, you recognize it. If you don't have that clarity or what, please something you can take to God in prayer. God, this is what I'm trusting you for. If you see the person, you can't recognize the person. So that has to be clear. So I pray that God delivers you as you also deliver me too. And then you find your spouse. All right, guys. Bye. See you guys later.
See ya.
And loved ones. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and on our blog. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.